So just to give you a bit of background about the significance of this key, of the key of David. You know, this in the Old Testament, God tasked Moses to build the tabernacle. So the tabernacle is where God would dwell, the presence of God. Yeah. So Moses, before David, built a tabernacle. And if you look at, in your spare time, look at the way the tabernacle was structured. So the tabernacle had an outer court, inner court, and then the Holy of Holies. And in between there were partitions, there were gates, there were veils. And then in the inner court, there was a place where the brazen altar, where they would sacrifice the bull and the ram before anyone could get in. And at that point in time, priests, before they entered the Holy of Holies, they had to go in with a rope tied to them. Yeah, so if they went into the rope and they were impure or unclean in any way, shape or form, they would tug the rope, the person outside, to make sure that they were still alive. And if they tugged back, then they were alive. But if they didn't tug back, then they would drag out a dead body. And that's how deep it was back then. This is when Moses created this. This is the presence of God we're talking about. This is what we take for granted now. But then that's how immense God's presence is, because it still is. But then what happened was then David then was then tasked to rebuild the tabernacles. He called it the tabernacle of David. And the amazing thing was that when David built it, he replaced it with a tent, just one tent. So the inner, so remember Moses was there's outer inner. Then in the inner court there was another partition you couldn't get through. And there was a Holy of Holies where there was no human activity, no one could go there. But David replaced the whole thing with just a tent. Why? Because if you see in Psalms chapter 43, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah, so Psalms chapter 43 shows us what happened. The reason why David did this. So he replaced it with just a tent. Why? Because every time that David wanted to approach God, every time he approached God, what did he do? He came to God with praise, with thanksgiving, with dancing, with exaltation, each and every time. So we're saying that all that ceremony, all that procedure, to get into the Holy of Holies was replaced by nothing more than praise,